my final question for the witness is, do you now encourage or consent to the continued occupation of this property by Mr. Sack of Beef?
No.
What? Okay, that didn't go too great. Can we go outside? Discuss this in private.
Yes, let's have a little talk without all these people.
What the hell did he bribe her with?
I don't know, but he seems like he bribed her.
He did.
It doesn't seem like an honest account of.
What? I want to know what he did, because you know what I did? This is off the record. I bribed her too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you bribe her with? What was the bribe?
I gave her a panda. It took like 3 hours to record that episode because the panda's so slow. So,
We're being assaulted in here. But you bribed her with a panda,
yes.
and she still got bribed by him somehow. Or
Yes.
at least she's
Well, no,
lying.
Yeah, well, we can question
For
her when I'm doing it, see how she acts.
But so for the record, when you started building,
Yes.
there wasn't any demarcation that it belonged to her, right? The property.
No, there
Were there any
was
structures?
demarcation, but it was demarcation that I assume she put.
Yeah, but what was the demarcation? Was there any like structures? Was it clearly someone else's land that you started building on?
Oh, where? Sorry, where I put my one? No, it was
Yeah.
near her house, but it was not. No.
Yeah, there wasn't any clear demarcation of her property, right?
Yeah.
Nor was it Mr. Spink's property.
No.
And they're talking about how her property wasn't obstructing the village, but it sounds like you built underneath a pathway, which also sounds like wasn't any you know, it wasn't obstructing anything. But I don't know how I'm being whispered at. How do I whisper?
From who? I can tell you. Who's whispering at you? You do it's
Joshua.
hashtag MSG for like message, then you type the name of the
hashtag
person. MSG. Hashtag MSG.
That doesn't work.
No hash. Sorry, not sorry. Slash. I mean.
Slash.
Sorry.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yes, I'm being. There's multiple people in the audience who are on our side.
That's good.
Okay, I got the real Juan just sent me that there was never any rules were never agreed on when it comes to land or the distribution of land. So.
Okay, we can use that. Yes.
And the land was never truly claimed by him, so
Yes.
we can build it up. Also, we should call him as a witness, Mr. Spink himself, because of like what authority he supposedly has over this village. He keeps talking about this village as if they're giving him any authority. He clearly colonized this village, took over control illegally, and then he's pretending to speak on their behalf afterwards. Very shady stuff.
It's so shady. It is bullshit, man.
My suit is getting rained on. I think
Yeah.
maybe we should head
Should
back
we go back
inside.
in? Yeah.
Okay, so please everyone take their seats again. And let's resume this. Thank you very much for your patience. We went through some of the information that we gathered today, but we would like to see more in regards to this accusation of extortion. So I would like to to invite Mr. Sack of Beef to come over here, and Mr. Spink, you can ask Mr. Sack of Beef what he took as extortion, and if any evidence can be provided in regards to these, let's say, this extortion. I would also like to hear about it now. So please, Mr. Sack of Beef, take a seat, and Mr. Spink, you can talk.
Sorry, Mr. Grafbuffer, why are we accusing of extortion? What's the extortion part?
The extortion part is him claiming your property and then trying to charge you for it, sir.
Yeah.
But I would say the main charge is adverse possession. That is definitely our main charge.
Okay.
Extortion
Okay,
is-
and that
is-
comes if the judge is understanding this correctly. This comes as because of the whole idea that one of the main issues that we have here is that the construction of the house so far has been claimed to be an illegal construction by the community. And on the other hand, we have Mr. Psycho Beef and you, Mr. Graf Pepper, defending that Mr. Psycho Beef actually had legal right to that property. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
That is
Okay,
correct,
perfect.
except I want to clarify one part, that this was not the community that illegally built here. It was Psycho Beef as an individual.
Okay, that's noted. So let's talk a bit more about that. Go on, Mr. Spink, if you have any questions towards Mr. Psycho Beef or any evidence that both parties would like to share, please do so now.
I would invite the prosecution to elaborate on their claims with any evidence that I ever tried to extort or even treat the client unfairly in this matter.
Well, I think.
I believe.
Yeah. I finish what you're saying.
I believe that the village has been fair in all parts. That our documentation was sound and took into consider all parties.
But I don't think you had any legal grounds to be evicting me here, because personally, I think the village, how does the village exist, sir? It's an idea in your head, and you're trying to trick me into thinking that I'm doing something illegal when I'm not. That land was not claimed. In fact, that land that you're living on, that used to belong to villagers who were living there before, and you showed up there, so you're essentially a tenant as well. You're living in their land, and then I showed up, and you not actually in the village itself, near the village, so it's just outside the borders of that village, and now you're claiming that you have the right to evict me from it, and I think it's a bit unfair, you know. It's making my life very stressful. I just want to live an honest life, and just get by.
Okay, Mr. Psycho Beef, just a quickly reminder from the court. Minecraft, as you know, has infinite amounts of blocks. Okay, yes. So if one individual comes towards a piece of land and starts building something there, and someone else, out of all the infinite blocks that are available, decides to build something right next to them, that is actually not cool.
It's not right.
I just wanted to point that out.
It's not right next. Well, it's not right next to Spink, at least. It's at the bottom of the mountain.
It is.
Which is the community.
What?
Of the village. It is.
Which is
citizen of the village.
Well,
the center of the community. Is that correct?
Is that the center?
Sorry. Could you define the community? We're not referring to the community as the location.
Oh, yeah, my mistake.
The village.
The village, yes. So the village. Would you say it's right at the center of the village?
It is. Yes, it is approximately within the center of the village.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Okay. So when it comes to this extortion, actually, Mr. Spink, would you be able to provide to the court any examples of proposals you actually provided Mr. Psycho Beef with before this whole eviction process came over? Like, what were the options you gave to Mr. Psycho Beef before all of this started?
I first, as is standard procedure, gave a verbal warning that he had built upon the land possessed by the village.
No, you didn't.
And I did. It was recorded as well.
What?
I then later provided an eviction notice which states all the terms, and I have a copy here if you'd like to read.
Yeah, please come forward.
Oh yes, I like this. Yes, read it out, please do.
Okay, so this is the eviction notice that was given by Mr. Spanking as a representative of the village, right? Towards Mr. Psycho Beef. Okay, so he reads, "Dear Psycho Beef, this serves as notice of eviction from the premises formerly referred to as Thames Jail. This notice comes about as a result of building upon protected land under the new ownership of the village without prior permission."
Can I
You
make
are
an
being-
interruption?
You're doing it already, yes.
Okay. Did you change, Mr. Spink? Did you change the contents of this eviction letter? Because when you first
When
made
the
it,
original eviction letter was destroyed in front of me, I provided you with a new
well,
eviction notice
the
with the
footage.
updated information that you
Yeah.
provided me.
Well, the footage is there. I believe it's episode, excuse me, episode 21, where in the eviction letter it says that it refers to my property as property formerly known as Sam's prison, and I'll have you know
And
that
after you
it's called,
kindly informed me,
yes, it's called Sam's
after you
jail.
kindly informed me that that was incorrect, I updated it after you destroyed the previous document.
Shit, man.
Okay, so the court hears. Okay, so the court hears that this is not the original document that was provided, but is a faithful recreation of said document. Do both parties agree to that?
Well, no, because he changed them.
Okay, so
Original document with updated terms.
okay, so it is an original document with updated terms. Mr. Cycle Beef, what exactly are you against in this document? I haven't even finished reading it because you interrupted me, by the way.
Apologies, Your Honor.
So I will finish reading this, and then you tell me if you agree or not
Yeah.
with what's written. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, continuing with the reading, you are being asked to vacate the property ASAP and no later than 4 days from the date of this document. If you wish to remain in the village, you may submit a formal request for residency via book and quill. Upon approval of your application and your agreement of the terms of residency, which will be provided upon a successful application, you will be allocated a location within the village. We encourage you to not delay in completing this process, as swift action will result in a smoother move to your new life in the village. Please note that failure to comply with this notice will result in a forceful removal. Destruction of this notice is considered an offense by the village law. Yours sincerely, the village leadership, and the date of notice is 25 of 4/2025. So that is 2 days ago. Now that you know the full extent of contents in this letter, Mr. Beef, do you agree with what's written?
Well, no.
Are you not agreeing because this is not close to the original document, or because what's your statement?
No, it's close enough to the original document. I just disagree with the
Also,
original
Mr.
document.
Beef, please stop stepping on the table. That's rude.
Sorry. I disagree with the contents of the original document. It claims that I was well. Firstly, I disagree with the village existing in the first place. I believe the village is the fantasy of a madman with a serious case of landlord complex going on. But that aside, let's take his logic and assume that the village is a thing that exists. I still just straight up disagree that I live in the center of the village. What's that? No. Like, how does he get to just decide what the borders of the village are?
I believe that is how settlements work.
Yeah, but you weren't
When
the first
you
ones there. The villagers were there first.
And they are still members of the village leadership.
So I would I would like to ask Mr. Spink, the villagers, the aforementioned villagers that are still living there, are they happy?
They are happy.
Okay,
Although
okay.
they are currently very stressed and living out in hiding, as the village recently received quite ominous threats.
Okay, threats. What is that about?
I can read them out to you.
Okay, please. So, Mr. Cycleby, if you can take your seat again, and Mr. Spink, you can move forward and sit over here, and let's hear those.
Came back to my house today, and I received signs left there, which read, "If you dare to succeed in the eviction of Sack of Beef from the village, know this, you will not sleep soundly again. The shadows will whisper your name, and every step you take will echo with promise of reckoning. Choose your next moves wisely. A concerned citizen."
Okay. When did these signs appeared in your village?
I noticed them today upon my return to my house.
Mm-hmm. And would you have, if you had to guess who these threats are coming from, who would you say is the the responsible person for that?
I believe it is a supporter of Sack of Beef, which he has been building through his celebrity status.
So you're telling me that Mr. Taco Beef has been using his success as a famous YouTuber to basically sway the other citizens of these.
Objection, Your Honor. This is
that is-
speculation. Nothing about
Okay.
this has evidence.
Okay, I'll accept that. So, move forward, Mrs. Pink. Do you have anything else to say?
No, nothing on the matter.
Okay, I think that
I'd like
settles
to
it.
bring forth a witness, Your Honor, if I may.
Sure, please, Mrs. Pink. You can take your seat again. Who would you like to call Mr. Graf Pfeffer?
I would like to call Nexum Music as the server owner.
Well, I'm afraid that he is not the server owner, but I will allow him to come over. The real server owner is called Juan.
Of course, sorry. Mr. Juan slash Nexum Music.
Yes.
Were there any rules agreed upon at the founding of the server on how land would be divided, or the rules around how close you could build to one another?
No, there were no rules established.
That was all.
That was very quick. Mr. Spink, would you also like to question the witness?
Sure, I'll take this opportunity. My understanding of the server was that as no rules were established, that we were going forth understanding that fair play would be the accepted rules. I think it is common decency that we do not go around murdering and stealing from each other, and I think those would be easy crimes to
Murdering?
replace.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Excuse me, Mr. Psycho Beef. Yes, Mr. Psycho Beef, this is like the third warning I give you during this session, so please, stay quiet.
I think those
Okay,
are
I'm sorry.
easily to establish things that we should not do, and I think such in the same way, building upon someone's property is the same. While we may not have an established rule for it, I think it's understandable and fair to assume that we should not do that. Is that wrong? Do you disagree?
I would say that's why we're having this trial. It is up to the judge to decide these terms. And yes, there were some, let's say, unwritten rules that everyone should abide to, but we didn't, as I said, they were not written. So there's any strict rule about this. That's why we have the judge here today. I would say I have no power to answer this question until the judge comes to a conclusion.
Thank you. That is all.
Okay, so please, Mr. Nexum, you can take your seat again.
Thank
I
you.
would also like to remind everyone here present that in front of me, I have the constitution of this server, and it reads, it's a very straightforward constitution. There are only 4 rules, okay? First one says, thou shalt abide by the decrees henceforth described. Second one reads, thou shalt not murder sheep. Third one reads, thou shalt not cause ill to thine kin. And number 4 reads, thou shalt relish in delicious lava chicken. So those are the only rules that we have in our constitution. And as we just learned from Mr. Nexon, no other laws were in place when all of these started, okay? Now, one other accusation that I have here, which is kinda worrying, is harassment, but that will be after another, 5-minute break, just so everyone can hydrate themselves, get some lava chicken, and we will be back in 5 minutes.
Okay. Can we meet outside again, Mr. Grapaffer? Let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
Yes.
I feel like we presented some good evidence.
Yep.
I still don't fully trust the judge. I feel like he's in on it with how lenient he's being to Mr. Spank, but we'll see. We still have the main point which we haven't mentioned yet, which is the fact that what authority Mr. Spink is speaking on behalf of this village. We haven't brought that up yet, but they're gonna go for the harassment accusation now.
Yep.
Do we have evidence of him harassing?
I mean,
Apart from the notice he gave you, which I feel like does count as harassment. It's a
Yeah.
threat. It's giving you anxiety. It's harassment.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
But other than that, not really. But that's part of the point, right? The point is he pranked me. He gave me that eviction letter after I'd been on there for multiple days.
Yes,
He never
that's
gave
something
me any
we will have to bring
indication.
up.
Never any excuse me, my voice. Never gave me any indication that I would not be allowed to stay there.
He never gave you any sort of indication that it was his land when you started building on it.
Yeah, none of that. And then
Okay, yeah, we can bring that up.
And then, okay, yes, I did a little bit of a crime. I stole from his tenant, as you'd call it. I don't know, well, member of the village, with Toshi. I stole from his stuff. And then I apologized for it. And then I built a jail to punish myself. I got her flowers and I built a jail to apologize, right? And then, do you know what happened? I was in jail, and then she shows up and renovates the place for me, and then changes the sign outside it from Sam's jail to Sam's home. So I'm seeing a hole in this, because he got her to come up earlier and asked if she ever consented to me living there. And she said no, as if she didn't want me to live there. But then how come she came and changed the sign to Sam's home?
Is this on video?
It's on video. It's episode 19, unsolicited renovations.
Okay.
So I think he
we'll
might
see
be.
if we can.
Is he? He's either bribing her. I don't know what's better than a panda. So more likely he's threatening
We'll
her.
see.
I think he's threatening.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll try to get you up as a witness again, and we can ask about this episode 19.
Yeah, I think
and
this is
what
a big.
Toshi did.
Yeah, I think this is a big thing we can use. But the problem is,
Yeah.
it's a bit. We're not quite on the subject, because the subject next is harassment.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the
We
problem.
need a way to smoothly bring this stuff up. Because I'm seeing some inconsistent stuff here.
Yes. I don't know how we'll segue our way into that, but yeah, the harassment charges first, which is
Yeah.
probably the weakest of the three we
Yeah.
brought forth.
So
So-
what are the remaining charges you need to go through?
Well, we kind of felt like we kind of skipped over the whole adverse possession part, which is the main one, but we kept talking about extortion for, like, we talked about extortion twice, and then harassment is the third one.
Yeah. Okay, so this unsolicited renovation stuff. What part would that fall under? 'Cause we need to bring that up.
I would say that supports the adverse possession claim. Like, it was clearly not his property to begin with.
Yeah.
They didn't act like it was his property, and then all of a sudden they're pretending that this property is his and you should be evicted.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Well, yeah, let's see if we can navigate our way around the harassment charge.
Okay. No, it should be okay. Okay. This will be a weaker one, but
Just make it clear that you've been feeling very anxious because of the
Yes.
eviction notice, and it's giving you a lot of
Yes.
stress. Try to play into that. I think that's
Okay.
the best we can do with
Okay.
the harassment charge.
Okay. Should we go back?
Okay.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us again for this final hearing on the third accusation made by Mr. Psycho Beef and his lawyer, Mr. Grafpapper. So the last one's going to be harassment. So I would invite Mr. Grafpapper to come over and explain to everyone here present what exactly this accusation is all about.
Thank you, Your Honor. Our charge is
No problem.
based on our accusation is based on the fact that my client has been harassed by Mr. Spink through letters demanding him to come to some sort of agreement with him, saying that Mr. Sack of Beef's property is in fact his, and that he should be coming to some sort of agreement, probably a payment, with a bit of a threat tone to it. This is giving my client a lot of stress and anxiety.
Is the aforementioned document the one I have in front of me, the eviction notice that was provided by Mr.
Well,
Spink?
the original copy has been destroyed, but this so-called new.
I have a
updated
copy of the
terms-
original. I don't have
okay.
it with me, but I can retrieve it between the next court break.
Okay, that's good. We can have more evidence then later. Okay, Mr. Spink, would you like to come forward and deny such accusations, if you will?
I would like to ask if you have any evidence, or is this all speculation based upon a very fair and legal document which stated that your client was allowed to join our community despite the crimes committed and recorded. Do you have anything further to aid your case, or are you just making blind accusation?
There were no crimes committed.
That's not true.
Any evidence?
There is video evidence.
Mr.
I can
Psycho Thief,
provide
you're
you
looking
with
very
evidence.
threatening on top of the table with a rock.
I'll put the rock away. Look,
Yeah, please put the rock away, sir. Okay.
Okay, bone meal. How's that?
Bone meal is fine.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
You have any evidence for this?
What, you
For
want me
these
to give
accusations?
evidence of the anxiety my client has experienced? Not all hurt show on, some hurt
What
show on
about the
inside.
anxiety from an accusations of harassment and extortion, which were baseless?
Again, how do you wish for my client to prove his anxiety, the feelings?
I'm not asking you to prove his anxiety. I'm asking to prove your accusations of harassment.
Yes, the court would remind both parties that the accusation that we're dealing with right now is harassment. Mr. Grabapper so far told us that that those came in the form of a letter provided by Mr. Spink. The court also read out loud the letter that we have at the moment in front of us, and that's what we're debating here. Okay, sir. So, do we have anything else to add into that? I believe that when Mr. Spink asks for evidence, Mr. Grabapper, he's referring to more documents or more, footage or something else that you can show to prove the point of harassment.
The letter was more than enough harassment to upset my client, and it was
Okay.
strong enough with the consequences he was posing in
Are
his.
you referring to the legal
Eviction.
document I provided your client?
The illegal document you provided, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that's enough for now. So please, Mr. Grafaffer, you can return to your seat. Mr. Spink as well, take a seat. Now, the court will actually like to open up to listen to not only those involved in this trial, but also for anyone that's sitting on the audience to step up and say a few words about what you think about this whole situation, if you have something to say. Would anyone be interested in coming over and saying a few words? Mm-hmm. I'll take that as a no. Oh, okay, yeah. Wikitashi, please come forward then and give us your statement.
Well, another piece of, I guess, evidence has come into play in the last day of building on our land, I guess, or the village's land. My house was trespassed into, and there is a secret tunnel being built into it without my approval at all. So not only has the okay, I don't know I can't read from here, but sack of beef built outside on the plains of our village, but also has gone into my house and dug holes all the way from my house to his house, without my approval or even like me being aware of it at all.
Objection.
Okay.
Is there any evidence to corroborate that my client has done this, or is this just all wild speculation?
Please, order, please. So,
I did it for the content.
Mr. Grafaffer, apparently this is some serious accusation coming towards your client right now, which happens that your client seems to be confessing to. Apparently, I actually... No. I have evidence here that was provided to me in form of video before this trial began, where not only the video shows Mr. Sack of Beef running through this tunnel underneath Wikitalk's house,
Yeah, it's a good video.
with full great content. However,
I got full
kinda.
video editing and music and everything now. It's great. You should watch
Yes,
it.
Mr. Psycho Beef. No one here is debating your creativity, sir. They are, however, debating your illegal act towards someone else's property. And if I'm not mistaken, not only on that video, we saw the illegal tunnel, and apparently Mr. Saco Beef also goes for the nickname of Sam from what we saw on the wall. But it came to my attention as well that during that same video, at some point, we saw Mr. Sack of Beef also confessing to stealing from the village. So now I would actually ask Mr. Sack of Beef to come over here and explain what that accusation is all about, because he himself was saying, if and I'm gonna quote your words here, Mr. Sack of Beef. You said, "Yes, I stole, but I apologized. Also, I didn't even steal from you." So, from who exactly did you steal from, Mr. Sack of Beef?
My neighbor, Wiktoshi.
Okay, so you are not only confessing to have built an illegal tunnel underneath Wiktoshi's house, but you are also confessing to have stolen from her.
Yeah, but content. Wait, sorry, just a quick question. Am I still the prosecution or are I the defense now? I'm a bit confused.
You are currently you're the person standing on the table.
Okay, so should I go to
okay.
defense so I can defend myself?
Yes, please
Okay.
do so. Yeah, have some
This
manners
took
in court.
Different turn of events than I expected.